Negro Exciting News Fun Show, and I'm your host DJ S. So we're gonna talk about a news story I heard. Yeah, it's on LBC Radio and Sky Radio. What they were saying is that 3 million UK children are going hungry during the school holidays. Sorry, school summer holidays. Now, right now in the United Kingdom, it's school summer holiday. Yeah, so the period it lasts for six weeks. Children will not be in school for 6 weeks. Yeah. So because of austerity, yeah, you know, children do not have food. Now, they've been saying for a while now, some children, their only meal is at school. The only hot meal they get is at school. Their parents cannot afford to feed them. So the only meal they get is at school. So if the school is on holiday for 6 weeks, well, those children are now going hungry. Yeah. I mean, I've heard countless news stories about teachers having to bring children food. The teacher, out of her or his own money, buys food for the children because they don't have food. So the question is, how did the United Kingdom get to this situation? How did Great Britain get to this situation where children do not have food? Yeah, I mean, not having food is, the image, they like to paint of the third world, of the developing world, of Africa, of India, Bangladesh. Yeah, was always of these countries. Yeah, but right here now in Europe, and the United Kingdom is the sixth richest country on planet Earth. How did the children not have food? Yeah, I mean, during this austerity, we were promised by Osborne. Yeah, Osborne. Osborne was saying it's going to be very painful. The cuts will be very painful. And there'll be a lot of cuts that will mean that, the average person will suffer. That's what Osborne proclaimed. And, his prophecy seems to be coming true. So like I'm saying, how can somebody in Britain not be able to afford food? So I mean, the prices of rent are so high, especially in the south of United Kingdom, especially in London. The price of rent is so high. Utility bills are extremely high. It's very expensive, gas and electricity. I mean, I've heard stories about mothers having to go to the bank and borrow money so she could pay her gas bill so her family, her children, her child, can get through the winter without being sick. And old people die in the winter months. Over 30,000, yeah, will die every year in the United Kingdom because, they cannot afford to heat their homes. I mean, they call it heat or eat. Yeah, heat or eat. Old people have to choose between having a warm environment or eating something. Yeah. So, then also you have council tax. If you're a homeowner or you have a place of your own, you have to pay council tax. And it's very expensive indeed. Yeah. So you have to find money, to pay for supposedly the police, hospitals, refuge collection. They have to collect your rubbish, your trash, your garbage, call it what you like. Hospitals, yeah. But then you call the police and no police come. They say, don't call the police. First, they created this number. What is it? 001 or 011. They created some number. They said, don't call 999, call this number instead. And then we've gone from not calling 999 to now they're saying, well, just send us an email. Well, how can I send you an email if I haven't got electricity in my home because I can't afford it? Yeah. So now as everything is contrived to this situation now where a child cannot afford to eat. And it's very sad when you see the children on the news report, crying that they don't have food. And, about 2 years ago, they were talking about, why some of these youngsters, teenagers, are committing crime. And the police said that, they're hungry. When the police stop them or they're interviewing them, they're in custody, they just say they're hungry. They haven't got no food. So like I'm saying, how do we, in the United Kingdom, the 6th richest country in the world, how comes our children now are suffering from hunger and symptoms of malnutrition? Yeah? So, you vote for the government and they make all these promises. Oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. They don't do nothing. They don't say they don't do what they promise to do. They're not for the working. They're not for the unemployed class. Not for the only people they're for is the rich upper class people. Yeah. And now here we are in 2019, and it's said on the news report, that 3 million children in the United Kingdom are going hungry because school is out for summer break. So now they have no food. This is a totally and utterly disgraceful situation. And Boris Johnson, new Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, he's talking all this stuff, all this stuff about being tough on crime. Yeah. What he needs to do is to make sure that little children have something to eat. Yeah. What he needs to do is create jobs for people. Yeah. Bring down the price of travel so people can go to work and also be able to save some money. I mean, last week they were saying people claiming they was going to protest. They were not going to pay the new fare increases. Yeah. They were protesting, saying we're not going to pay the new fare increase. Well, they have to. Well, else will you get anywhere? But it's so bad now. They're saying they're going to protest. Yeah. And that's parents to feed their children because the price of everything is so expensive. Travel's expensive. Yeah. You need to get on a bus, a train, a tube train. Yeah. A train, an intercity train. Utility bills. Everything's expensive. Yeah. So now they're saying, oh, we don't want you to drive anymore. It's bad for the environment. Save the planet. Yeah. Then all of a sudden, these scooters, electric scooters, come on the scene. Yeah. So everyone goes to buy the scooters now to save the environment, to save the planet. What happens? Police jump out. You have to pay a £300 fine. They are legal. Yeah. Now I understand this poor lady celebrity died. Yeah. But what do you want us to do? Yeah. You tell us to save the environment. So you try to save the environment with buy electric scooter. Now you're saying they're illegal. What do you want us to do? Yeah. How are we going to survive? And the good things about these electric scooters, I mean, if you're saving money on travel, now you can afford to feed your fucking children. Pardon my language. Now, you can't even ride your scooter anymore because you're scared a police officer will pull you over and issue you with a fine. So like I'm saying, Boris Johnson says he's going to be hard on crime, create 23, he's going to create 20,000 more police jobs, and he's going to increase stop and search. He needs to create jobs for people so people can afford to feed their children. DJS and I'm out.